up. So feet on the floor flat, knees pointing towards the ceiling. If you can't sustain your knees directing to the ceiling, then you might want to let them rest on each other. You can certainly do that. And place your hands on your abdomen. So your elbows are on the floor, your hands are on your abdomen. Your knees are up, your feet are on the ground, and your eyes are open, and you can see the ceiling. It's okay if you feel like you need to close your eyes. Either way is okay with me, but I often do this eyes open. So we're going to talk about noticing yourself, noticing the space around you, noticing the sounds around you. And I just want you to think about just what do you notice? Just sense what you notice in this moment. So maybe you want to think about your week or your day. Maybe even an interaction you've had. Maybe there was something troublesome. Maybe there was something pleasant. And I'd like you to notice how that affects you in your body. So let your mind wander. Let your eyes maybe wander if they need to. Maybe they can rest on a place somewhere on the ceiling. Maybe they need to dart around. Whatever they need to do, just allow that to happen. And as you're noticing the effects of the week or the day or a particular event you might want to think about and how it affects your body, I want you to check in with more of yourself. You can notice your breath. So you just want to notice your breath. You're like a natural vacuum. And your breath will happen. You don't have to give it any effort. So notice if your breath changes from time to time. Notice where your breath is. Is it filling your lungs? Is it filling the top of your lungs? Is it filling the bottom of your lungs? Maybe it's affecting your stomach. Maybe you see a rise and a fall. Or maybe you just notice a spreading in your rib cage, side to side. So just notice whatever is happening. That's quite fine. So notice your eyes. Again, notice if they feel restful. Notice if they need to move around. If your eyes are open, maybe you can find a place on the ceiling to rest your eyes. Let yourself sense, just see one particular area, and not with any effort, and just notice what happens if you leave your eyes in that location for a while. And maybe there's a shift that happens. So notice if that happens. And notice what happens. If your eyes are closed, maybe you can think of as if you're seeing through your eyelids. Notice your forehead. What if you allow your forehead to be wide? Notice your jaw. Are you clenching your teeth? Can you let that go? Notice your tongue. Can you allow your tongue to be three-dimensional and resting in the roof of your mouth? Notice your throat. Notice if how you're breathing has some effect on how your throat feels. And if you allow ease into your throat, does that change your breath? Notice your shoulder blades and their contact with the floor. Notice your hands. Notice your fingers. Envision each finger softening and lengthening. If your hands are touching your belly, just sense that touch, that contact with yourself. Notice your pelvis and your buttocks. Allow them to be supported by the floor. In fact, let the floor rise up to meet you. Notice your knees. And allow there to be space in the joint. Envision the kneecap floating in its place. Space all around it. Notice your feet. And like you lengthened your fingers, allow your feet to soften and widen. And allow each toe to find its full length. Notice your whole body. You are one whole body, fully connected. Moving along with your breath and the beat of your heart. And sense again inside your body Sense if there are some areas that are different than other areas. Maybe some areas seem stiff, and maybe some areas seem less so. Maybe you don't notice them at all. So if there are different sensations within your body, give a color to those sensations. So envision these areas of color. Maybe they're different around your body in different locations. Maybe there's just two colors. Maybe you have red in some areas that might feel hot or stiff. And maybe you have areas that are blue, that are cool and easy. And allow these colors to melt together. Just as if you were mixing paint on a palette. Let them spread and dissolve into each other, filling your whole body. Maybe with a rainbow. Maybe with some swirling blend, like a spreading throughout all the muscles and all the tissue and all the bones in your body. Easing into each other. Or perhaps you like the thought of water moving. Maybe let the water blend the colors for you. So notice the flow. What is the flow in your body? Is there a natural flow? Is it tied into your breath? So allowing yourself to be supported by the floor, filling with color, breath, the flow of liquid. Sense your three-dimensionality, your fullness, your whole self. And notice again around you. Any sounds in the room? Maybe light. Maybe a sense of airiness. How much weight does the air have? Envision that airiness moving throughout your body, allowing yourself to be even more dimensional than you are. Maybe you want to try moving a hand or rocking a leg a little bit and noticing the ease of the air around you, and allow that movement to happen easily. Notice there's no resistance from the air around you. So again, noticing space above you, space below you, underneath you, to your right, to your left, all around you. Eyes seeing, but resting. Maybe sensing the width of your eyes in their sockets. The muscles around your eyes easing. Maybe you can sense beyond your own space. Or let's start with just your room. Sense your whole room. Sense you in your room. And maybe you can sense beyond that. If you're in a house or a building, maybe you can sense the whole building. And maybe you can sense outside at the same time. So you are a three-dimensional, alive body filled with space, flowing fluids, colors, existing in an environment, in a world that has its effect on your physical self. And if you can just take the time whenever you feel the need, perhaps 10 minutes a day, to notice, just to notice how the world affects you, how you sense it in your body. And how with your thinking, you can make changes that are healing, that are quieting, that are softening, that allow expansion, not only in your physical body, but in your thinking and how you see and interact with those around you. So sensing all of us lying down together this evening. And that we have each other's support. And remember how you can also provide your own support for your own well-being. just by taking 10 minutes to lie down on the floor or to sit quietly in a chair and notice. So allow yourself to come back to the world